Again and again, greetings to the viewers.
Mr. Maluleke, I want to start off with the importance of studies like this, especially heading into 2019 elections. What kind of impact do reports like these have on local government, especially going forward?
Firstly, is this report that we released, this is a survey that we run in KwaZulu-Natal. Only of all the provinces of South Africa. The KwaZulu-Natal province has approached us, as let's say, in the form of a user-paid survey, and they started doing so in 2015. So this is the second time we conduct a survey in 2018. But specifically to your question as to what the implications are in relation to next year's elections, certainly we wouldn't know, as let's say. But what we can say to the viewers is that the people of KwaZulu-Natal, about 30% of them said that they were satisfied with the performance of the provincial government. And out of that, about 30.1% indicated, 31% to be exact, indicated that they were rather somehow satisfied, so more neutral. But those that were not satisfied, outright not satisfied, are about 40% of the population of KwaZulu-Natal. And that's a population that we are talking about 15 years and older. But generally, the people of KwaZulu-Natal were much more satisfied with the performance of the provincial government than with the local governments in KwaZulu-Natal.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the specific elements that they were dissatisfied with? Did your survey ask for specific areas of service delivery that they were dissatisfied with?
Certainly. The people of KwaZulu-Natal, all of them across all population groups, have indicated that their first priority is job creation. Their second priority is housing. And their third priority is fighting corruption. But when you look at age groups, then you could pick up that the younger people, their third priority was education, while the first and the second were universal in KwaZulu-Natal in the form of dealing with matters of job creation and housing. For young people, it was education, and particularly for women. Women across all ages had indicated education was their priority. The elderly, 60 years and above, were worried about the economy, growing the economy. But those that are middle-aged, their third priority remained fighting corruption. So there were those issues. But there were issues that we looked at. 75% of the population of KwaZulu-Natal raised issues on the importance of water, followed by about 65% of the population of KwaZulu-Natal raising issues on the importance of electricity. But having raised as very important an issue, they didn't mean how satisfied they were. While 75% of the population raised that they were satisfied, I mean the water issues were important, only 50% were satisfied with the services that they were getting in relation to water.
And can you tell us how this survey was conducted? Was it door to door? How did you go about interacting with people to get the feedback?
Certainly, what we do is when we conduct our household surveys, is we go from door to door. So we go to the people and talk to them. It's not something that we sit in our offices and try to figure out. We have field workers who go out there and they meet with the people and they interview them.
And how many people did you speak to get these results?
We spoke to 19,000 people. So that's, and we went to about 1,880 primary sampling units. Generally, this is a high population that we have reached to, although a sample survey. Because if you look at our quarterly labor force survey that we report to on a national level, we go to 30,000 households. So when we go to about 19,900, almost 20,000 households in one province, this was quite representative.
So once you've got the results, how do you act on those? Obviously, you've got to pass them on to your client, which is KZN provincial government. Is that correct?
We met yesterday with the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. We released the results and he received them. So what happened is usually we don't collect such information and keep it to ourselves. We went to present them to the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. We understand that the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, together with his colleagues, will be meeting next week to go further and discuss them. We have been invited again to go and assist them unpacking them. So certainly the results are formally and duly presented to the authorities and the leadership in KwaZulu-Natal.
And are these results also publicly available?
They are already on our website, and when we released them yesterday, we released them to the media. So when we presented them formally to the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Babu Willis Mkunu, we were actually doing so in the presence of the media. We had a press conference.
Thank you very much for that feedback. That was Statistician General Rosinga Maluleka speaking to us about their report, releasing the figures of dissatisfaction with provincial government based on the survey conducted in KZN.